right? Yeah, you're looking at probably an hour and 30-minute video here, and I'll be done. So 2 more parts should be done here, right? Drinking coffee at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, Ivan. Uh, and as I said before in my last video, all the people who knew me in my life, they will all remember me so well. So all the people who I walked with, who I talked with, who were my so-called friends, who I grew up with, all the people who I worked with, everyone in my life, my bosses, all that stuff, all the people who worked with me, who knew me in my life, they will all remember me so freaking well. They will feel like total shit. Some might even cry. Like, yeah, I remember Ivan when he was poor. I went to school with him. I got drunk with him. He slept over at my house. I talked with him a few times. I used to work with him. He was a dishwasher. I remember when he was a poor loner who didn't even know that his stepfamily was rich. They're all gonna remember. Yeah, I remember Ivan when he was lost. He didn't know he was God. He didn't know he had a beautiful wife. He didn't know that he had the keys. He didn't know that his stepfamily was rich. He didn't know his stepfamily were the gatekeepers. Like that. Now he eventually figured out his identity. He figured out the puzzle pieces of the game. He wrote the best book ever. He saved his wife, and now he's a multi-billionaire. His wife. He started Skysers. Now he's a famous movie star. Yeah, that's so sad it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be so sad that they're gonna be like, oh my god, like I remember like this. I remember this poor Ivan, and now look at him. He's a main attraction around the world. He's king. He's a movie star. He's selfie made. He wrote the best book ever. Starts planning out his own Skysource company. He's selfie made. Yeah, that's how sad it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be so sad, right? I used to work with him. He was a dishwasher. I remember when he was a poor loner who didn't even know that his stepfather was rich, didn't know about his wife, and now look at him. He's the most famous person in the world. He's king. And his wife's queen with him. They're both multi-billionaires. Looking fly with his wife. He's looking fly with his wife. He's self-made. He planned out his own film entertainment company, bigger than all those big Hollywood companies like Disney, Warner Bros., Universal, Paramount, Netflix, Lionsgate. He now owns his own company bigger than all these companies. That's how what? Boss Ivan O'Mara will be. That's how boss I'll be. I'll be so boss that Sky Source will be a bigger company than Disney Film Studios. Disney is fucking big. Warner Bros., Universal, Paramount, Netflix, Lionsgate, Sony Columbia's Pictures. Sky Source will be bigger than all those companies. That's how big Sky Source will be. Bigger in quality. So even though those companies are bigger than Sky Source in scale, because they're putting out so many movies every year, the Sky Source is a bigger company in quality. One of my movies is almost the amount of money that they're putting into like 6 movies a year. $970 million budget is unheard of in Hollywood. Hence why my movies will be better quality. My movies will be better quality. No, I'll be putting out better quality movies in Disney Film Studios. That's how boss my company will be. I'll be putting out Skysys will be putting out better movies than Warner Bros. Universal, Paramount, Netflix, Lionsgate, Sony Company's Pictures will be putting out better quality movies. In other words, if you think Avengers: Infinity War was amazing, if you think that movie was good, that movie had good technology. If you think Mandalorian had good technology, if you think the Star Wars sequels had good technology, if you think Avatar had good technology, you're looking at a disaster of age. You're looking at something better than Avatar. You're looking at an advanced medieval world like Lord of the Rings, so except more advanced world, except way less CGI. Imagine that. Unheard of action sequences. You have unheard of horror. The wolves are demons, or devils. Eratat's the devil himself. Thesis is the devil himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking at the best story ever told. You're looking at something. You're looking at a movie. You're looking at a revolutionization of technology. In other words, once Xanus gets released, you're looking at a revolutionization of technology because no movie has been made for $97 million. You're looking at unheard of technology, man. Unheard of action scenes. You're looking at something unheard of horror. Hence why Skysys will be the biggest film entertainment company in the business. And my organization movie will be the what? The most expensive James Bond kind of style movie ever made. It'll be better than James Bond. Yeah, that's how good it'll be. Better than James Bond, better than Matrix. You're looking at something top notch. Right? In other words, it will be so shocking to see the transition of poor Ivan to King Ivan, because you world were not used to it. You saw what it was like to see Ivan poor, making videos on his Sabotage YouTube channel, and now you see him looking fly with his wife, wearing nice clothes, driving nice cars, owning my own jet, luxury rooftop condo, 100 million rooftop condo, super advanced condo, and even acting in a big budget movie. That's what biggest budget movie ever, bigger than Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, right? Movie with crazier buzz than those movies. That's how crazy. If you think Star Wars fans are crazy, Last of Us is you're looking at something worldwide. You're looking at crazy fucking fans. You're looking at fans like you're gonna be. Oh, I even VJ saw my poster. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at something crazy, man. Right? Order my own jet, luxury condo, and even acting in a big budget movie that both me and wife will fund ourselves. That's how shocked you world would be, and hence why my Miscellaneous series will be so fucking missed. I'm not kidding around. The Ivan you see now in this video, you're gonna fucking miss him because once I'm king, I'm no longer this poor Ivan who's making videos for you on Salvador's channel. I'm now a billionaire looking to follow my wife. I'm now a billionaire looking to follow my wife, and now I'm actually living the life. Like I own my own luxury yacht. Me and my wife go in the ocean. Me and my wife live in life. I'll get drunk with my wife so many times. I'll be partying with my wife so much times. I'll be traveling around the world. Because before I start Skysons, I want to take a year off. A nice year off with my wife. Take a nice year off with my wife. And we travel around the world. And we go, I'm going to meet her. We're going to check out clubs. We're going to check out events. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. We're going to have an endless bucket list. Going on a boat cruise. Going on a ride. You know what I'm saying? A park ride. You know what I'm saying? A roller coaster ride. You know what I'm saying? Go to Japan. VJ wants to go to Japan. I guarantee you she's saving Japan for when I see her. I want to save Japan I want to go to Japan with Ivan. Japan. Me and Reach are gonna go to Japan. We're gonna visit countries around the world. Before we even start Skysons, we're gonna be living the life. Then once you start Skysons and we put in the hard work for 4 years, that hard work's gonna pay off because now me and her are gonna be movie stars. Yeah. That's the amazing life me and Marv are gonna live, and that's why my series will be so missed. Because especially when you see the first movie trailers, when you see all the trends, when you see the first movie trailer and the first dog trailer, you're gonna go back and like, oh my god, I remember when Ivan was this poor bum, and now look at him, he's fucking fly, he's a billionaire, and he's a famous movie star. He's self-made, he wrote his own story, and now his story's brought to life on the big screen. Yeah, you're gonna remember this Ivan that you see now. That's how sad it's gonna be, man. Right? And that's why my Miscellaneous series will be so fucking missed. Now, when I am king, you guys will go back and be like, oh my gosh, I remember like a year ago, Ivan made his final announcement. I remember the poor Ivan, and now he paid his debt. I paid my dues. He's king with his glory. You got your bullshit stuff from Ivan, right? He paid his debt. Now he's king with his wife, the glowing beauty, looking amazing with his wife. And now all you see are the crazy constant trends on Twitter. You're looking at trends every single day. Every time me and my wife go out, people will take pictures. So you're looking at constant trends online, on Twitter, on Instagram. Me and my wife, constant trends. And once we start Skysons, you're going to see the trends of the takeouts. You're going to see the trends of the takeouts. You're going to see trends of the actors. You're going to see the extra trends in Switzerland. Yeah, the people overseeing the actors, the crewmen, they're gonna make videos. Hey, I'm building a set. You're gonna see constant trends of the project of Zane's when I start the project for Last of Zane's movie. And then once the movie trailers comes out, you're gonna see even more trends of the fans. And then once filming's finished, you're gonna see the crazy trends of the fans. With the actors, me and my wife, the crewmen, it looks something crazy. And you're gonna see the media, you're gonna see the media trends of the actors getting interviewed. Hey, after they finish filming, they're going to get interviewed by a bunch of media in Hollywood. Yeah, you're looking at something crazy, man. Constant trends forever, and that's why you guys are going to feel like shit. Yeah, I remember this poor Ivan. Now look at him; he's fucking famous. Yeah, most famous man in the world. Me and Vijay will be the most famous man and woman in the world. We'll be ruling over the world daily, every day. We'll be feeling on top of the world. It's a fucking good feeling, and that amazing feeling those actors are going to have. They're going to be saved. Whereas you worlds are going to be left behind. There you go. Right? Like, oh my gosh, I remember like 30 years ago, Ivan made his final announcement. I remember the poor Ivan, and now he paid his debt. Now he's king with a glowing beauty, looking amazing with his wife. And now all you see are the crazy constant trends on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Ivan and Vijay are feeling on top of the world every day. The entire world is tuning in. Every day, the entire world will be tuning into me and my wife's life. Behind the scenes, obviously, with the trends. And everyone except for the crewmen and actors, they are all abandoned by God and left behind. That's how missed my series will be. as you guys will all remember me so well. You're gonna remember this man that you see now on the Sabotage YouTube channel, man. That when you see the crazy trends online and all the fans, you'll be like, fuck, man. Ivan and VJ totally forgot about their old life because now they're living the life and we're all cast off from their amazing glory. That's how Miss My Series will be. Again, you're looking at international fame. You're looking at like a billion people, billions of people, tune like the English speaking world. You're looking at a billion people. Even the foreign world will be tuning in. You're looking at the whole world tuning in to me and my wife's life every single day, man. Hence why me and my wife will be feeling on top of the world every single day. Every single day for forever, me and my wife will be feeling on top of the world every single day. Because everyone's watching, everyone's taking pictures, constant trends online. Yeah, man, it looks like crazy, man. That's how Miss My Series will be, man. But it's not just me who will be missed. My wife, Victoria Justice, will also be missed, as all the celebrities in Hollywood, once she is queen alongside myself, they will all remember her so well as the sabotage trashy porn star who couldn't land a role in a big budget movie, and now she's a boss with Ivan. So all those celebrities in Hollywood will all remember VJ as a trashy sabotage porn star in Hollywood, but now she's queen, she's a boss with Ivan, she's acting in a big budget movie. They're all gonna miss her too. Yeah, I remember Victoria Justice when she was in Hollywood. She was a trashy sabotage porn star, and now she's queen with Ivan. She's acting in a big budget movie. Yeah. That's how Miss VJ will be, man. She'll be missed. Fucking missed. Right? Victoria Justice will also be missed as all the celebrities in Hollywood. Once she's queen and also myself, they'll all remember her so well as a trashy sabotage porn star who couldn't land a role in a big budget movie. And now she's a boss with Ivan, owns her own film entertainment company bigger than Disney, Warner Bros., Universal, Paramount, Netflix, Lionsgate, Sony Columbia's Pictures. Right? Right? Right, that's how Miss VJ will be. She won't be missed as much as me because at least you got to see VJ live the celebrity life in Hollywood. Even though she had a shitty career, you at least got to see her walk the red carpet. So Victoria Justice will be missed, but she won't be as missed as me because you guys all saw her live the celebrity life. She was featured on the red carpet. You saw her live interviews at the Comic-Con. The Hollywood media interviewed her. Like, she won't be missed as much as me, whereas I was kept complete behind the scenes. Whereas Victoria Justice, you saw her in the public eye, you saw her in Hollywood. Even though her career was sabotaged and she was a trashy porn star, you got to experience the live fame with VJ at the red carpet, all that stuff. Whereas Ivan never had any of that. Ivan was Ivan was a poor bum who made videos on the sabotage YouTube channel because he didn't sell. Whereas Victoria Justice sold out, hence you saw her with live videos. You know what I'm saying? You saw her with the red carpet. You saw all that stuff, right? And it'll be so weird because Victoria Justice could not. All those directors and CEOs, they all put her down. They all said, "Oh, they all didn't cast VJ for a big role, sabotage, obviously." And now she owns her own big film company, bigger than all those big companies in Hollywood. That's how boss VJ was. You see the quick transition, yeah. I remember Victoria Justice when she was a trash. She was portrayed in Hollywood. She couldn't land a movie for Disney or something like that. Because Victoria Justice obviously wishes that she could be cast in a big budget movie for Disney or Paramount or something like that. That's never gonna happen because doors are all locked on her. Well, now she owns her film entertainment company bigger than all those companies. That's how sad it's gonna be, and that's how crazy of a transition you're gonna see. You're gonna see this quick transition of VJ when she was a trash porn in Hollywood. Now she's acting in a big budget movie with Ivan, and she owns her own entertainment company bigger than all those big Hollywood companies. Yeah, that's how boss VJ will be, right? Right. That's how Miss VJ will be. She won't be as much as me because at least you got to see VJ live the celeb life in Hollywood. Even though she had a shitty career, you at least got to see her walk the red carpet, do all these interviews, see her pictures on social media, see her, and even though she did shitty movies, you got to see her in movies, obviously. Whereas Ivan was fucking poor, kept completely behind the scenes, hence why everyone will miss me more, as the world already got to see VJ in Hollywood. Even though her career was savage, I got to see her in Hollywood. They got to see her live this celeb life. But going back to what I said earlier, it will be so weird seeing VJ now acting in a big budget movie like Zayness, in the organization movie, right? She's Lithia for Zayness. She's gonna be in a big budget. She's gonna be in a big budget movie, finally. And you're gonna see her as starring as a lead with me in an organization movie, right? You see her kicking ass in a big budget movie. She's badass. Me and her kicking ass were badass in the movie. You see VJ doing her own stunts. Yeah, it's gonna be so weird. Yeah, I remember VJ when she did a shitty movie in Hollywood. She couldn't land in a budget movie, and now she's acting in her own big budget movie, and she owns her own film and every company, bigger than all the Hollywood companies. Yeah, it's so sad to be, man. Right? Can't completely behind the scenes. Hence why everyone will miss me more, as the world already got to see VJ in Hollywood, live the celeb life. Going back to what I said earlier, it will be so weird seeing VJ now acting in a big budget movie, as you never got to see VJ acting in a big budget movie in Hollywood, because the doors are locked on her, obviously. Hence, VJ will be missed also, and all those big women actors who were so powerful in Hollywood, right? All those big women actors who brush VJ aside, they will all be sending in their reels like crazy to Sky Source, especially for the organization. Especially like for Zayas, I already chose my actors, but there's still a few spots open for the role. But most of my like 8% of my actors I chose. Right, the only ones that are left are the minor characters and like Sirius, Cornelius, and Eli, and the voice actors for Hereditary, Feast and Fool, and all of them, and Morale. But like majority of my actors I chose for Zanes. But for the organization movie, a shitload of Hollywood actors need to send in the reels, as I don't know who I want to cast for that except for two people. I only have two people chosen for that movie, whereas everyone else I don't know who I want to cast. Hence, you're looking at a shitload of Hollywood actors, both women and men, are going to be sending in the reels because they all want to work for me like so badly. Yeah, because Gosh is better in Hollywood. Yeah, right. So it'd be weird seeing VJ acting in a big budget movie, as you never got to see VJ act in a big budget movie in Hollywood. Hence, VJ will be missed also. All those big, powerful women actors who brushed VJ aside, who thought they were so big, obviously, they'll all be sending in their reels to Sky Source, and VJ's script developer will decide which one of these actors will be cast. That's how boss VJ will be, alongside myself. Those powerful women actors will even beg the sixth team and the chosen Hollywood actors if they can give VJ word, because that's how top notch guys will be. Not I told you, those Hollywood actors, those big Hollywood women actors, are going to be begging the chosen Hollywood actors for Zanus, hey man, can you give VJ a word, because that's how boss VJ will be. Hey, can you please give VJ word? You know what I'm saying? Like, give him a good word about me. Give VJ a good word about me, so they can what strengthen their chances of what being in Mimi White's movie. That's how crazy it's gonna be. These Hollywood actors are gonna be desperate. They're gonna try. They're gonna do anything just to try and get into Mimi White's movie, because they know Mimi White's movie is a ticket to success. They know Mimi White's movie is a ticket to success. At the same time, they want to experience the fame with IMVs. They won't be left behind. At the same time, Skywalker is better in Hollywood. They'd rather work for me than work in Hollywood. Yeah, there you go. Right? That's how boss VJ will be alongside myself. Those powerful women actors will even beg the sixth team and chosen Hollywood actors if they can give VJ a good word, because that's how top notch Skysters will be, and that's how boss VJ will be, man. In other words, once the first trailer of Last of Us Xans drops and you see the credits, executive producers, Ivan O'Mara and Victoria Justice, a $970 million budget film, all those actors will be like, wow, look at VJ, she's producing her own. In other words, once you see the first Xanax trailer, you see the amazing, unheard of technology world building. You see the unheard of action scenes. You see me in the trailer. You see VJ in the trailer. You see the chosen Hollywood action in the trailer. You see Eric at the horror wolves. You see executive producer Ivan VJ. Oh my god, Ivan VJ look big. Their movie looks much bigger than Hollywood, all these big bunch of Hollywood movies. And yeah, it's only Ivan and his wife and 16, and VJ is a fucking boss. Yeah, now VJ is a boss alongside Ivan. Yeah, whereas before she was in these shitty indie movies. That's how sass to me. Yeah. VJ is now the boss of life and acting your own big budget movie, yeah. Right? Did you see the crash? Executive producer, Ivan O'Mara, Victoria Justice, a $970 budget. All those actors will be like, wow, look at VJ. She's producing her own movie. Better quality than even Hollywood movies. I remember when she couldn't land a major role in a big budget film, and now look at her. It'll be so sad that you will go back and look at her Instagram and Twitter pictures. You'll be like, wow, this was VJ before she was queen. A Sour House trashy porn star in Hollywood, and now she's queen alongside Ivan. That's how sad it's gonna be, man, and that's how boss Victoria Justice will be. Yeah, no more to say there. That's how boss will be, man. Now I'm gonna keep saying this. Now with my book Last Hope for Zayas. Again, world, I don't mean to be cocky because I'm pretty humble by myself. But to all of you, I'm working on my book right now. To all you book nerds and movie nerds, listen up. If you think the god of fantasy himself, J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, is good, if you think The Way of Kings is good by Brandon Sanderson, if you think Harry Potter is good by J.K. Rowling, if you think Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin is good, wait until you read Last of Miscellaneous, as I'll dare say is a better book than all these fantasy novels. Yes, even better than Lord of the Rings itself. I keep saying this, if you, to all you book nerds out there who are Lord of the Rings fans, Harry Potter fans, Way of Kings fans, if you think those books are good, Last of Miscellaneous is the best fantasy novel you're gonna read in your life. It's so good that you're gonna order takeout reading it. It's such a good book that you can reread it like 10 times in your life. You can reread it 10, 15, 20 times in your life. That's how good of a book it is. Whereas Lord of the Rings, I'm reading the book right now. It's a book you can reread, but it's not a book you can reread like 20 times in your life. No, Last of Miscellaneous is the kind of book you can reread over and over again in your life. That's how good of a book Last of Miscellaneous is, right? And I guarantee you, all you fantasy book nerds think I'm crazy saying this. Like, man, Ivan, you must have some guts and balls to say that your book is better than Lord of the Rings. J.R.R. Tolkien's a god of fantasy. George R. Martin and Brandon Sanderson are the Martin Tolkiens. But no, once you read Last Hope for Zanes, you will find so I mean. In other words, all you people who think J.R.R. Tolkien's a god of fantasy, you know what I'm saying? All you people who think J.R.R. Tolkien's a god of fantasy, for all you people who think J.R.R. Tolkien's a god of fantasy, you know what I'm saying? George R. Martin, Brandon Sanderson are the Martin Tolkiens. Once you read Last of Us Days, you're finally gonna be like, oh my god, like Ivan is a new Martin Tolkien. His book is better than George R. Martin's book. It's better than Brandon Sanderson's book, and it's even better than Lord of the Rings. That's how good Zanis is. Zanis is a book that's better than Lord of the Rings. Like it's a book. Zanis is the only book whereby you can actually say once you read it, and I take you for a ride the whole way through, you're gonna to the point where you're hooked. You're gonna be like, oh my god, like Ivan's book, Last of Zanis, is actually better than Lord of the Rings. Last of Zanis is the only book whereby once you read it, you can finally say, yeah, Last of Zanis is better than Lord of the Rings. That's how good Zanis is. In other words, right now, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, and the Stormlight series by Brandon Sanderson and Harry Potter, are considered the best fantasy series out there today. But once you read Last of Zanes, your minds will be blown away by the characters and the plot to the point whereby you will say, "Yeah, Last of Zanes is the best fantasy novel ever written." Yes, even better than Lord of the Rings. That's how good Zanes is. In other words, once you read Last of Zanes, the plot, and the characters, it's gonna blow your mind away to the point whereby you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, like this book is better than Lord of the Rings." Lord of the Rings has that amazing world building, that amazing story, and Ivan's story tops Lord of the Rings. It's a better story than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings may have better world building, obviously. A bit. Last of Us, don't get me wrong. Last of Us has amazing world building. The world building of Last of Us is almost as good as Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings has more lands. It has more races, more richness in the world building. But the story of Last of Us blows Lord of the Rings story out of the water. That's how good it is. Last of Us is so good that once you read it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, like this story like blows Lord of the Rings story out of the water. The reason why I say it because Lord of the Rings, I read the book. It doesn't keep J.R.R. Tolkien didn't keep me hooked the whole way through. Last of Us is the kind of book that will keep you hooked the whole way through because it's that good of a book. When you read it, you're gonna be hooked. You won't be able to turn the page, especially when you read Volume 2 and Volume 3. The story gets even better, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god!" Like, you won't be able to put it down. You're gonna order takeout while you're reading the book. You're gonna be blown away by the plot. Whereas Lord of the Rings, the plot doesn't blow you away. Like the plot's amazing, but it doesn't blow you away the way Last of Us does. And that's why Last of Us is a better book than Lord of the Rings. I wouldn't be cocky if this book wasn't as good. Trust me, this book is the best book ever written. It's the best fantasy novel ever written, better than Lord of the Rings. Right. Again, I'll be selling my book on Lulu. My ebook will be priced at $22 for 3 volumes. I'm going to sell my book as a series for 3 volumes. So the ebook, my 3 volumes I'm selling as a series on ebook will be priced at $22 for 3 volumes. As I'll be selling the series together as a whole, as a series. My print series will be priced at $190 because the print costs are so high for the 3 volumes. Again, the reason why the print is expensive is because printing costs will be almost $100 for Lulu. And I want to make more profit for myself. And if you don't want to pay $190 for the print, you can purchase the ebook much cheaper. I make more profit for the ebook anyways. So if you don't want to pay the $190 for the print, I'm personally going to buy a print for myself because I want a collection. But if you don't want to pay $190 and buy the print, you can pay $22 and buy the ebook. You still got to read the story, and I also make more profit for the ebooks anyways. As most people around the world will buy the ebooks because they don't want to pay the $190 for the series, right? But going back to my book, Last of Miscellaneous, a lot of you fans out there, you may think I'm crazy right now, but once you read the book, you'll finally see my cockiness here. Once you read the first volume, you'll be hooked. You'll binge it, take your break, get some takeout. That's how exciting the book is. Then binge the second volume even more, and binge the third volume again. That's how amazing Last of Us is, as even Lord of the Rings does not keep you hooked the whole way through. I bought the series. I'm reading the book right now. The book is good. Lord of the Rings is an amazing book, but the book does not keep you hooked the whole way through the way Xenos does. Whereas Xenos is a kind of book that will blow your mind away, and it's going to keep you hooked for the 3 volumes. Whereas Lord of the Rings does not. Lord of the Rings will keep you hooked in some sections, and afterwards, some sections might be a little boring. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Xenos, the whole story is interesting. The whole story, you're hooked. I keep you hooked the whole way through because I have the gift. I know how to keep you hooked, and that's why it's a better story. It's a better book than Lord of the Rings. It takes the #1 spot, better than Lord of the Rings. Last of Us is better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, better than J.R.R. Tolkien's book. Right? Right? That's how amazing Last of Us is, as even Lord of the Rings does not keep you hooked the whole way through, but Last of Us will keep you fucking hooked, and hence why once I release the 3 volumes on Lulu, all the book readers will never be the same again, as Last of Us is so good that it will define the fantasy genre, and every fantasy book that comes out afterwards will not be able to beat it. It is an unbeatable book. That's how amazing the book written from God really is. In other words, Last of Us is so good that once you read the book, every single fantasy novel that comes out will not be able to beat it. It will be so good that no fantasy book will be able to beat it. It's an unbeatable book. That's how good Last of Us is. Just like Lord of the Rings is considered like the unbeatable book now, some people think Game of Thrones is better, but Lord of the Rings is pretty much, in the fantasy world, it's pretty much considered the unbeatable book. Once I release Last of Us will beat Lord of the Rings, and it's going to be the book that no other fantasy novel will be able to touch. That's how really good Last of Us is. Right? But not only is Last of Us the best book ever written, if adapted and done right, it will also be the best movie ever made, as it is such a unique story, and I guarantee you all the powerful CEOs and execs in Hollywood think I'm crazy saying this, but once they read the book, they'll be shocked by my story. That's how good Last of Us is. If adapted, you're looking at a movie better than Avengers, Lord of the Rings, and the original Star Wars. That's how good the book really is, and how good a movie will be adapted. So if you think Star Wars was amazing, if you think Lord of the Rings was amazing, if you think Star Wars had crazy buzz, you're looking at the buzz 3 times that for Xenos. You're looking at crazy buzz in Star Wars. Star Wars has crazy fans, and yet Last of Us you're looking at something 3 times. You're looking at crazy fans, man. Crazy fans is the book, and crazy fans for the movie when it will be adapted. You're looking at the best story ever told. And all the CEOs in Hollywood, they'll be shocked with my story to the point where some of them will even try and buy the rights, which I'm not going to sell, obviously. That's how good Last of Us is. CEOs in Hollywood will all want to get their hands on my story. That's how good it is. In other words, my book is so good that it wouldn't surprise me that all the big Hollywood companies will want to get their hands on this story and adapt it to the big screen, because that is how good the story is. But because Ivan O'Meara owns all the rights, they can't obviously do that, right? As I know for sure that if I sold the rights of Last of Us to a Hollywood company, my movie will be a flop, because for a story like Xenos, a $250 to $350 million budget will not cut it, as you need to put $900 million plus into it for amazing world building, unheard of action sequences, and amazing crew and actors. You need to pay your crew and actors good money. That way you get better quality for your movie, obviously. And most importantly, have Airtar be the devil himself on the big screen, as if you have him as a cheesy wolf, the movie would be a flop. Also, Airtat is a master wolf, because in the book they're called master wolves. It's a race of master wolves, obviously. He is a wolf that has human appearance, like Pennywise the Clown. He's not a werewolf or a wolf on 4 legs. No, he's a master wolf, and the master wolf is a race I made up in the book. He is a wolf with human appearance. Hence, I know what I am doing, and hence why I don't want anybody touching my Last of Us story. So I keep saying this. A lot of CEOs in Hollywood will even call me and be like, "Hi, Ivan, are you considering selling your rights for your book?" I'm gonna be like, "No, I don't want you touching my book because I know you're gonna ruin my movie. If you put $250 million or $350 million towards my movie, you're looking at a flop. You have Airtas as cheesy wolf. looking at flaws. We don't have great worlding and great action sequences for Zans and great horror. Your movie won't be as good. Hence why I don't want anyone touching my story, and hence why, and I know what I'm doing. And for Zans, you need to put like 900 million plus into it. For world building, action sequences, and the character being developed himself, as well as paying your crew and actors a lot of money. That way, you get the best movie possible. What for your fans? I know what I'm doing. Yeah, there you go. That's why I'm not selling my rights and that's how you know I'm not just about the money. I actually care about my art. I want to actually tell an amazing story. Hence why I don't want anyone touching the Last of Us story. And I'm not selling my rights to a Hollywood company. Right? That's how good the Zaya story is. It is literally the best story ever told. Yes, even better than Lord of the Rings, Avengers, and Star Wars. In other words, if you think Star Wars has crazy fans, you're looking at something 3 times after Last of Us. It's a lot crazier of a budget looking at Zayas. Hence why those actors are going to be one to sound because they're going to experience that fate with my wife. 3 times you're looking at the buzz. You're looking at 3 times the buzz for Last of Us movie when it's about to be released. That's how crazy it's going to be, man. Hence, you're fucking welcome, Victoria. Which I'm gonna count off here.